What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Pokemon Masters EX video. My name is Charlie, and today we're going to talk about Cyrus and Palkia. Almost messed up his name there. So we're going to get into team builds, lucky skill, of course his sync grid builds, and moveset, all that sort of fun stuff. So let's go ahead and hop into it. First up is his type. He's a dragon type, weak to fairy, and he's a special striker. Comes as a free-to-play unit, so that's always nice. And if you don't have him, just wait. His event will run again. They always rerun the events, so don't worry. Just chill. Breathe in. Breathe out. Okay, moving on. His HP is at 656. Attack, physical attack, which doesn't matter because he doesn't have physical attack moves. Is Waterfall a physical attack move? Maybe. I'm not sure. But it's 269. Physical defense of 134. Special defense of 134. Making them not great. So make sure you buff him with some defenses. Special attack of 282, which is okay. But it increases substantially with the amount of damage he can do. With both his passive skill, lucky skill that you put on him, and his sync grid. Moving on, speed of 198, so again, not great, but there are plenty of supports in the game that will increase his speed and defenses. Moving on to his moveset. He has Spatial Rend, which is his dragon type move. Critical hits land more easily. Power of 85 or 102, depending on powered up it is. Accuracy of 95. Against a single opponent, it's a 3 gauge move cost. And it's not too bad. It's actually not too bad. Water Pulse, that's what it was, Water Pulse. It is a special move. Has a chance of leaving the target confused, which is pretty decent. 47 to 56 power, 100% accuracy against a single opponent, 2 gauge move cost. New World Order, this is the trainer move, drastically raises the user's special attack and speed. The user takes damage equal to 25% of its remaining health, and you can do this 2 times. Yeah, that's interesting. You could totally get away with doing this and then like throwing some potions on him, depending on who your supports are. And moving on from there. But yeah, you can also use like Clefairy or anybody else that increases special attack, like Superior would be a free-to-play choice. Sabrina and Alakazam, another really good choice. They also increase your critical hit rate too, so they're another good choice for a support for him. And they heal him as well as increase his special attack. And reduce damage for physical attacks. Another good one would be Meganium, reducing damage done by special damage, special attacks, and increasing critical hit rate, all that sort of fun stuff. And increasing his stats as well. So there's a few good supports for him right there, just off the top of my head. But we'll get to more of that in a minute. Next up, Hydro Pump. 125 to 150 power, 80% accuracy against a single opponent, and it's a 3 gauge move cost. So you can have a really strong water type striker or a really strong dragon type striker. And his sync move, Emotional Void Spatial Rend, critical hits land more easily. You can see a trend here coming with him. 200 to 240 power against single opponent. That's unless he gets, if and when he gets a 6-star EX, then it'll become an AoE sync move when you move him to 6-star EX, making him very viable in the future. But right now, and against single opponents right now, very viable. Very, very viable. But in the future, he'll become even more viable as a dragon and water type striker. And his one passive skill is Critical Strike 9. Yeah, that's insane. So as far as a lucky skill goes, the only lucky skill I recommend is Critical Strike 2. That will stack on top of Critical Strike 9, making it Critical Strike 11. That combined with some stuff from his sync grid will make him one of the most, if not the most powerful most damaging dragon and water type strikers in the game. Yeah, it's kind of nuts. It's kind of really nuts how good this guy's gonna be. But like I said, with teammates, Alakazam, Meganium, Superior, increasing, you could always go with, Skyla and Swanna, any of the other really good healers in the game. And let's see here, who else would be really good for him? I could see a world where you're putting egg tech Blastoise, or shiny Blastoise, with that has Rain Dance on there to give him a powered up Hydro Pump. Again, you could also throw May on the team as well if you have May, and really go for a full-on water type striking team. Yeah, I want to test him out against the free-to-play Iris and Haxorus and see what the damage comparison between the two of them will be before making a final decision which one's the better dragon type, free-to-play dragon type striker between Cyrus, Iris, and Claire, because Claire is also a free-to-play dragon type striker. But yeah, guys, we'll move on to the sync grid right now. If you have any opinions about who's the stronger dragon type striker, free-to-play dragon type striker, let me know down in the comments section below. Alright, so the first up is the 1 out of 5 build. This one, you can pretty much get everything. We went with more damage to more water pulse build up, but you could just straight up just go like spatial rend build up if you wanted to. And you'll have 3 remaining energy, but you'll get all the little stat nodes, which helps out. We have Hydro Pump, Move Gauge Refresh, and Hydro Pump Accuracy +5. And New World Order MP Refresh, so you can damage yourself more. I don't know. I mean, it'll increase your stats a bit too, but I probably wouldn't recommend doing that. I'd probably just go this route. And yeah, we can sacrifice some speed for some water pulse power-ups if you wanted to, but yeah, go for speed. There you go. I would do that right there at 1 out of 5. Alright, moving on. Next up, we have a 2 out of 5 build. This is the Hydro Pump build because we get steady aim, which critical hit rate cannot be lowered, so it's really good. We get a Hydro Pump Accuracy +5 along with the +10 along with +5, giving you what was that, like a 95% accuracy for Hydro Pump, making him a very good water type striker with this. And you can use like Clefairy to increase your accuracy, or there's some other sync pairs that increase accuracy, so you can use them as supports as well to make sure you're getting 100% on those Hydro Pumps. Moving on, here's another 2 out of 5 build. This one's a Water Pulse plus Hydro Pump, and with Water Pulse, Confusion Synergy 3 powers up moves when the target is confused. So, doing a little bit extra damage there with Water Pulse. And, yeah, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. Again, it's around the same thing with the other 2 out of 5. We're just not getting the steady aim. Alright, moving on. Oh no. Bloop, bloop, there we go. Alright, so here's our first 3 out of 5 build. This is another Hydro Pump build. We are getting Hydro Pump Ramming Speed. The more the user's speed has been raised, the more it powers up moves. This makes having Skyla and Swanna a very viable option. Even Hilbert and Samurott, because they have X Speed Alt as well, as increasing critical hit rate with their sync grid. Yeah, really good water type striker with this one, because you're also doing critical strike 11 when you land an attack, so it's really good. Alright, moving on. Oh, and there's also healthy healing, so it makes you gradually heal yourself whenever you do an attack and it's successful. Or no, you just need to do the attack. even if it misses, you'll still heal yourself a bit. Alright, moving on. So here we have one of our sort of sync nuke builds, but it's mainly a water, like hydro pump kind of a build out. But we are getting critical focus 2, which sharply raises the user's critical hit rate when the user lands a critical hit. Which, you know, if you land a hit, it's most likely going to be a critical hit because you have critical strike 11 on. You have both critical strike 9 as the passive and critical strike 2 as the lucky skill. Along with healthy healing, keeping him in the game a little bit longer. And yeah, the ramming speed just really does help, man. It really does help. Along with 2 sync nodes. Next up, we have a true, like, the most devastating kind of sync nuke you could possibly do with them. We have in the upper right hand corner Catastrophe 2, which powers up sync moves if they become critical hits. Both the sync nuke nodes there, and critical focus 2 again, which powers up, sharply raises the critical hit rate when you use a when you land an attack, or that is a critical hit. Another way to do this is to go doot doot, just like this, so that way you're getting spatial rend, move gauge refresh, so that way you're getting to your sync move a little bit faster than normal. But yeah, guys, let me know what you think about Cyrus and Palkia's sync grid down in the comment section below. Who are you going to use with them to power them up to the maximum? Who do you think is going to be the strongest dragon-type striker, free-to-play dragon-type striker in the game, as of, you know, the recording of this video? Let me know down in the comment section below. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you have not already, so you never miss out on any of my daily Pokemon Masters EX content. I'll see you guys in the next video. Later, guys.